A used Nissan Frontier from the early 2000s regularly sells for $6,000 or more in Texas. A Suzuki Equator, built on the exact same platform, with the exact same engine, transmission, and frame, sells for a fraction of that, sometimes as low as $2,500, purely because almost nobody recognizes the badge on the tailgate. That pattern repeats itself across 9 trucks on today's list, and it is not a coincidence. It is the direct result of a manufacturing practice called badge engineering, where one automaker builds a truck and licenses or partners with another brand to sell a nearly identical version under a different name, usually to fill out a product lineup without the cost of designing an entirely new vehicle. The mechanical DNA is identical. The badge recognition is not, and that gap is where 9 of the best value trucks in the entire used market are hiding in plain sight. We are grouping this list into 2 sections. First, 6 true badge-engineered twins, trucks built on an identical platform to a more famous sibling. Then, 3 genuine oddities, trucks that were never clones of anything but became commercial outcasts anyway simply for being unusual, and today represent some of the cheapest interesting trucks a buyer can find in the entire state. Starting with the twins, the Suzuki Equator, sold from 2009 through 2012, is built on the exact same platform as the Nissan Frontier of the same era, sharing the same 4-liter V6 engine, the same frame, and the same basic mechanical layout underneath a slightly different front fascia and badge. Prices run $2,500 to $5,500, meaningfully less than an equivalent Frontier despite being mechanically identical. Parts interchange directly with Frontier components in most cases, meaning any shop familiar with Nissan trucks can service an Equator without hesitation, and the well-documented 4-liter V6 carries the same reputation for reaching 250,000 miles that makes the Frontier a repeat entry on lists like this one. The Mazda B series, sold in various forms from the 1990s through 2009, is built on the same platform as the Ford Ranger of the corresponding era, sharing engines, transmissions, and frame architecture with only badge and trim differences separating the two. Prices run $2,000 to $5,000, and the same mechanical simplicity and durability that makes the Ranger a favorite among fleet buyers and ranch owners applies identically here, since underneath the different grille, it is the same truck. The Mitsubishi Raider, sold briefly from 2006 through 2009, shares its platform with the Dodge Dakota of the same generation, including the available 3.7-liter V6 or 4.7-liter V8 engine options. Prices run $3,000 to $6,000, notably less than an equivalent Dakota, and parts interchangeability with Dodge components makes ownership straightforward despite the unfamiliar badge. Production numbers were low enough that finding one takes some searching, but buyers who do find one are typically getting the exact reliability profile of a Dakota at a meaningful discount. Here is where the twin pattern extends into the compact truck segment from a completely different manufacturer pairing. The Isuzu I-Series, sold from 2006 through 2008, is built on the same platform as the Chevrolet Colorado and GMC Canyon of that generation, sharing the same 4-cylinder or 5-cylinder engine options and the same frame. Prices run $2,500 to $5,000, and the mechanical case is identical to its GM siblings, since it genuinely is the same truck wearing a different name, built specifically for Isuzu's dealer network after the company scaled back its own truck development. The Isuzu Hombre, sold from 1996 through 2000, is built on the same platform as the Chevrolet S10 of the same era, sharing the 2.2-liter 4-cylinder or 4.3-liter V6 engine options directly with its Chevrolet sibling. Prices run $1,500 to $4,000, some of the cheapest trucks on this entire list, and the same GM small block-derived V6 reliability covered in other videos on this channel applies directly here as well. The GMC Caballero, sold through the mid-1980s, is the GMC-badged version of the Chevrolet El Camino, sharing every mechanical component with its more famous sibling, while carrying a badge collectors and everyday buyers alike consistently overlook. Prices run $3,000 to $7,000 depending on engine and condition, and the small block V8 options available across various years carry the same well-documented longevity as any GM small block from this era, discussed at length elsewhere on this channel. That completes the 6 true twins. The final 3 trucks on this list were never clones of anything. They were simply unusual enough that the market never quite figured out what to do with them, and that confusion has kept prices remarkably low for what are, in each case, genuinely well-engineered vehicles. The Lincoln Blackwood, sold only for the 2002 model year, was Lincoln's attempt at a luxury pickup, built on the F-150 platform with a fully carpeted, covered truck bed that sacrificed practicality for style in a way that confused buyers at the time. Prices today run $6,000 to $11,000 for surviving examples, since fewer than 4,000 were ever built. Underneath the unusual bed treatment sits a well-proven Ford drivetrain from that era, meaning the mechanical reliability case is identical to the 5.4-liter Intech-equipped Lincoln Navigator from the same period, a genuinely durable engine with a straightforward maintenance history. The Subaru Baja, sold from 2003 through 2006, took Subaru's Outback wagon and grafted a small open bed onto the back, creating a genuinely unusual vehicle that never found a clear audience despite solid engineering underneath. Prices run $4,000 to $8,000, and the 2.5-liter Boxer engine and standard all-wheel drive system share their reliability profile directly with the Outback and Legacy models of the same era, both of which carry solid long-term reliability reputations in independent surveys. The unibody construction means towing capacity is modest, around 2,400 pounds, but the all-wheel drive system genuinely useful capability in unpredictable weather that most compact trucks of the era could not match. And in the final spot on this list, the Chevrolet SSR, sold from 2003 through 2006, remains one of the strangest vehicles GM ever put into production. A retro-styled convertible pickup with a retractable hardtop that confused nearly everyone who saw it on a lot. Prices today run $9,000 to $15,000 for well-kept examples, higher than everything else on this list, but still remarkably affordable for a vehicle that shares its later 6.0-liter V8 with GM's performance car lineup of the same era, an engine with a strong documented reliability record when properly maintained. The SSR was never a mainstream sales success, but 2 decades later, it has developed a small, dedicated following among buyers who recognize a genuinely well-built, mechanically sound vehicle hiding inside an unusual body style that the market simply never understood. Across all 9 of these trucks, the underlying lesson is the same whether the vehicle was a deliberate badge-engineered twin or simply too unusual for its own commercial good. Mechanical reliability has nothing to do with how many units a manufacturer sold or how recognizable a badge is on a tailgate. Every one of these 9 shares its core engineering with a more famous, more expensive sibling, and in every case, buyers willing to look past an unfamiliar name are getting identical or nearly identical mechanical durability for meaningfully less money. None of these 9 require specialized knowledge to shop for safely. In every case, researching the more famous siblings' known weak points and maintenance schedule applies directly, since the trucks underneath the unfamiliar badges are, mechanically speaking, the exact same vehicle. If this list changed the way you look at unfamiliar badges on a used lot, hit subscribe, drop a like, and share it with someone who has never heard of half these trucks before today. Comment below with which one of these 9 you would actually consider buying. The next hidden reliability breakdown is coming soon.